Warfare, directed by Ray Mendoza and Alex Garland, follows the story of a platoon of American Navy SEALs in the middle of the Iraq War, um, attempting to complete a mission that goes haywire. I'm not going to really spoil any other than that. This is obviously the follow up to Alex Garland's, in my opinion, best movie, Civil War, and came at a time that is a bit weird. So I'm not going to really get into the other discussion with this movie. I see a lot of people calling this an evil and pro-war film, and then people are saying like it's a centrist view of everything, and it's so yada yada yada. I don't believe that at all. I've made my political leanings very clear on this channel before. I'm very left leaning. I am a very progressive, all of that kind of stuff. However, I don't feel that this movie ever crosses the boundary of glorifying the Iraq War or making it seem fun in any way. Like a lot of people keep coming away with that thought, and I genuinely think they didn't watch the film at all. So I wanted to get that disclaimer out of the way first. This has literally nothing to do. My opinions of the film have nothing to do with the greater political climate, with soldiers in general, anything like that. I don't think that this is a pro-war movie. I don't think it's morally wrong to enjoy this film. I don't think any of that kind of rhetoric really has any legs to stand on. Now, did I like Warfare? Not really. I found this movie to be a retread of a certain genre that we have seen so many times over the years, and it felt a bit tired. So, this movie is very in the moment. It's very, gets in, gets out. It shows you exactly what happens, obviously, from the soldier's memory. That's part of the gimmick of this film, and that's it. There's no bells and whistles. There's no, like, overarching storylines or character arcs, or really characters at all. It's just portraying real life events through the memory of the soldiers that were actually there. And I think that is an admirable direction to go. I think that, that kind of storytelling can be really effective. I think that it somewhat makes an attempt to really dive into the pointless, chaotic violence that was the Iraq War, and how much of a nightmare that was for everyone involved. So I see the attempt. I see what the filmmakers were trying to do, and I admire it. However, I don't think in the execution it really ever, it didn't, it did nothing but surface level tension for me. This movie, I was into it while I was watching it. I felt, riveted a bit because naturally you're going to when people are put in a situation like this. So I struggle so badly with my thoughts on this, but I wanted to get it out in a proper way. This movie feels like another Bush era military film. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Jarhead, Black Hawk Down, Zero Dark 30, stuff like that, American Sniper, those kinds of movies. We've seen them so many times. Sandcastle, if you remember that from Netflix. That's what this movie really reminds me of. It breaches the surface of the war is hell genre without ever having anything to say. And I don't think that necessarily is a bad thing. Even like look at Civil War. That movie didn't really have too much to say. Like that was the biggest critique. And I understand that. Do I agree with it? Not really. But I do think that a movie about war can be made riveting, exciting, and also be, about like, oh, war is hell, and be good. That's what the point I'm trying to make. A war is hell film can still be made well if you approach it from a different lens because it has been beaten into the ground. We see so many of these films, and Warfare just follows the exact same path as all of them. The same bells and whistles, the same tricks, the same mentality. And I think that there was an inkling of a really good idea here. There was a foundation built to be successful, and they just never executed it well. And the casting choices are so odd. I really don't understand casting like the white boy of the month in every role in this film. I really never felt like this movie is as important as it feels it is. I just I left disappointed because this could have been something really special. This could have, you know, been something to really chew on. It could have uh, reached higher, and it didn't. It felt safe, if I'm being honest. Warfare felt incredibly safe and felt like a dime a dozen, you know, Iraq War movie. So I don't have much else to say about this, unfortunately. Like I said, I don't hate it. I don't think it's the worst thing ever, but I also really don't have anything to comment on. I'm sorry. So I'm going to give Warfare a 2.5 out of 5. I think it's just a very average movie. And that's it. That's all I have to say. Thank you so much for watching this review. Let me know what you thought of this film in the comments below, and I will see you with the next video. Thank you so much.